Yeah, let's go through my portfolio and then let's go through some setups. I know I'm still short about a third from yesterday. I sized in. As you know, I shorted the opening range lows and then I added once it failed the VWAP and it had a big fade. I covered most, but I'm still holding about third, actually about 40%. And today I'm gonna look at opening range lows to add. I had 85,000 shares intraday yesterday and I held 36,000 shares overnight, and obviously it's gapping up a little bit. They had some PR or some kind of news. I'm gonna use 15, which is below my entry. So now it's a free trade on the rest, and I'm gonna look at opening range lows to add. I think this thing could potentially go to sub 12 in the coming days. Vapo, just a small swing trade I have on. Don't really care about this one. Nugget is still holding up really well, building higher lows in the 60-minute chart. I think it's going higher together with GDX. BA is gapping up. It's a short I've had for a while. Probably gonna get stopped out today. All these bear flag names are kind of grinding back higher. Even the airlines are gapping up today in pre-market. They looked like death late day yesterday. They all faded into the close and now they're gapping up. So as long as the market goes up, these bear flags are not going to have a lot of a downside, obviously. So BA, it's a free trade. My entry is higher than my stop. So I get stopped out. Doesn't really matter. SC, I'm long some from yesterday. Funny thing, I sized down just before the close. I had like 17,000 shares. I sized down to 10,000 and today it's gapping up. Plug is not really performing. BLDP, like this one stopped me out yesterday and now it's gapping higher. While Plug held and it's not gapping higher. I'm gonna set a stop on it. Right. Excel is just keeps grinding higher from my entry, nearing a 20% gain on it, or actually more than 20%. Coupa gapping up from yesterday. Tilray gapping up. Had some weird red candles mid-late day and looks like it's gapping higher. W, I held some short. I'm gonna add. If it takes out opening range lows, goes red. I think this thing could very easily pull back to $100. The Vongo gapping higher. This thing is straight up since I bought it. Up 40% on it now. Very happy about it. CCL is gapping higher. Now CCL and RCL, as you know, I bought them kind of early in the day once they took out these ranges on the 60-minute chart. They've been very tight for the past 2 weeks. I looked at them initially as potential bear flags, but they resolved to the upside, so I bought them and I'm up about 100k on both of them, so I'm very happy about these. And I think these are just getting started. I don't see why they can't retest these previous highs they had like a month ago. I think these things could be monsters potentially for me, or at least I hope so. Fuel cell nearing a big trade on it, just keeps going straight up. And this thing, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, like I said before, my first target on this thing is like $3. And Cheapor is gapping higher. AAL gapping up into resistance on the 60-minute chart. Yeah, these airlines are not ready to break down yet. LUV had an offering also, gapping up on that. We'll see. Maybe these things resolve to the upside also. Like I wouldn't be above like buying ALK, for example, which has better chart than the others. Why can't this thing go on a 30% run up? I don't know. I'll just let the market dictate. Or buying Save, for example. I don't think we're gonna get the trade today, but... And also I'm watching Etsy, opening range lows, green to red, and those are the ones. So mainly shorts on my watch list. And also I'm watching this UAVS, some kind of a pump job, but I think this thing can really get going. They have a CC on Thursday. Opening range lows, well, it could be the 1 minute, can be the 5 minute, doesn't really matter. Or you can use all of them. All right, let's see what we have here today. So WINO, UAVS, I'm watching at the open. Oh, looks like I got stopped out of BA, right out of the gate. All right, good. Fewer things to watch. Okay, INO, they're really pulling the bids right out of the gate. I shorted some here. I'm anticipating a little bit. 1 minute break. I didn't get filled. I only got filled like half of what I wanted. All right. I added to W also. Damn it, INO is too fast. I'm covering some INO right here. Oh, W went straight down. Nice. Oh, LUV is breaking lower. Didn't see that. Holy shit, INO. Solars are really strong today. Yeah, Chenmark keeps grinding. Nat, yeah, Nat is on a potential short watch, either later today or tomorrow or something. I think it needs to blow off a little bit. Oh, W, I need to cover some. I got some ads. Yeah, yeah, EMPH looks great. It really does. I just wish I had bought SCDG yesterday. Oh well, it's kind of incredible how all these stocks just keep going straight up. I love it. This NOW, I really like this one. They report tomorrow. Wow, BBBY. They're really squeezing these beaten down names. They're squeezing everything. Beaten down names, extended names. Everything is gonna go. Everything is going higher. It's kind of funny. We went from maximum fear to maximum FOMO in a month. Incredible how it works. CELK does look like a decent long setup, to be honest. Save doesn't look bad. Yeah, DAL too. Absolutely. I bought myself some save. I just like the risk reward. Risking 80 cents to potentially make, I don't know, $5. ALK looks pretty good also. Oh, W looks like it wants to stop me out. Okay, INO. Let's see if it can fail here at VWAP. I don't think I will add to it because I already did an ad. Well, things are going straight up. INO SSR, yeah, that is correct. NAT. Okay, so far they rejected it. Let's see, it's holding. Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm not really interested in this trade unless we get a tight range, mid or late day. WLL is squeezing. I'm watching these bankrupt ones. WLL, OS, they're both squeezing. HK I put back on watch. Few more days of sideways. Heck, maybe it can squeeze more. I don't know. I'm looking for a nice little entry on it. That's what I'm doing. This mRNA is flagging. I think it's gonna have a big move either way, up or down, when it breaks out of this little, or breaks below or above this range. KSS, yeah, but the entry was yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. LK is done. Yeah, it's Muddy Waters. Yeah, Muddy Waters. Citron, I think, actually was positive on it. Yeah, Citron defended it. Muddy Waters was the one that hit it. They're fucking great. Second day I started trading, Muddy Waters hit the Chinese stock called Snuff. Symbol was Snuff. It went down 95% in 2 days. And then it got halted and delisted. That was the second day I was trading. And I remember on day 2 that Snuff tripled in like an hour intraday. And I bought it. Like I went all in with my small account. I sold it after it went up like 7%. I took 7% out of a triple. And I thought those moves were normal. I'm like, wait, if trading is this easy, you get doubles and triples every day, heck, I'm gonna be rich in a month. But little did I know, I wasn't gonna be making any money for the next 2 years. Yeah, so yeah, Muddy Waters, I have some fond memories of them. Yeah, you could say the reality was pretty harsh. Damn, these solar names, I don't want to chase it here, but does look good. I just have so much long exposure right now. I have a little bit of everything. I have some growth names. I have some of these bottom cyclicals. I have a very diversified portfolio. I have some bankrupt stocks. No, actually I sold out of my bankrupt stock. Yeah, anywho, I'm not as diversified as yesterday. I need to buy one bankrupt stock to diversify more. Yeah, I think we are nearing a sharp pullback. We're really starting to see some of the chunkiest names rallying, like stuff like Macy's and BBBY, and I don't know. Usually when you see trash starting to rally after a prolonged market rally, it's usually not a great sign. And also some names are getting incredibly extended to the upside. Shopify, I don't know. I just don't see a great setup here right now. Either way. Maybe like in a few days, if it builds a range here in the low to mid 600 area, it builds a range. But right now I just don't see it. Looks like everything is taking a leg lower, or not everything, but a lot of things. The ones that I'm short. Which one was it? Was it Save? Yeah, Save was the one I bought. Etsy I'm watching. If it takes out the lows of the day, I'm gonna start in a few. Not gonna go crazy on it. But this one too, a $10 pullback wouldn't be a crazy thing. DAL. So NCLH looks great on the 60-minute chart. But it's the laggard out of the cruise lines. RCL and CCL broke out yesterday. Oh wow, this OS making a big move. LL2. I'm it's a mixed bag out there right now. I'm not really. Oh shit, SC stopped me out. I didn't see it. Oh, I didn't have a stop on it. Fuck. Oh man, I didn't have a stop set. I'm gonna lose like 60 cents more than I should have. Yeah, big reversal on it. It was a faulty base to begin with, whatever. I'm gonna lose like 5k more than I should have on it. Well, W, I don't know, it looks little, maybe through the lows of the day, but yeah, the entry was higher in my opinion. Okay, shit, I lost like 10k on SC for no reason. If I had a stop set, I would have saved myself 10k. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm not really happy about this market right now. Chunk is rallying and seeing some bad reversals. This coup is reversing. I'm gonna sell this Koopa. I'm gonna sell this Koopa while I have profits on it. It was never a big move to begin with. I'm just not a fan of these things reversing here. And Koopa wasn't that great of a setup to begin with either, so. Yeah, Livongo reversing. Fuel cell is probably gonna stop me out. Okay, yeah. Alright. Tilray reversing. Okay, I'm gonna press some more shorts here. Etsy is one oh shit, I missed the entry on it. I'm gonna chase this Etsy. Or well, I missed the primary entry on it. W took out the lows of the day also. Yep. Absolutely. Then I've been sloppy today. I was sloppy with the SC. I was sloppy with Etsy. I should have just had stops on both of them. Sell stop on SC and would have saved me 10k. And this Etsy, I would have been in full size if I had a stop on it. INO. Let's see if INO can get to low 12s today. That would be great. I'm gonna remove this stop. Today's highs is gonna be the stop for all of my shares on INO. Big trade. INO has been a big trade past 2 days. All right. Options volume. All right. Tempted to short Nasdaq. Yeah, I don't know. I find it so hard to trade the indices. I think individual names are much easier. They're much cleaner. Like indices are really tough to trade in my opinion. Every time I try, it just doesn't work out. Well, what is this? Anatus, an AMAB. Oh, okay. Rocking 74. Tesla, I am not long it. I'm not short it. I have no position. I think it needs. There's no setup here either way right now. Maybe we know later this week or next week or something. It needs to work. It needs some work either way. Rocking 74. I have no position in Tesla. And Poho CZ. Was my trading style different before? Yeah, I guess. I mean, or maybe not. Like I was mostly a day trader until I hit like 300, 500k account size. But yeah, below PDT was kind of a more of a hit and run type of a trading style. Okay, Etsy going straight down. I didn't fill me completely, but okay. I have about 2/3 size on Etsy. I wish I had full size. It is what it is. W, I'm gonna cover some very soon. My target on W is 100. I'm kind of oversized on it, so gonna cover some today no matter what. I'm not gonna hold my full position overnight. INO, oh yeah, look, INO 60-minute chart. It takes out yesterday's lows. Why can't we go to high 11s? Why not, right? Why the F not? I think we could. I can't believe this INO is such a technical trading friendly stock. Like yesterday you got the opening range lows at point, you got the VWAP fail. And today, again, you got the opening range lows and you got the VWAP fail. It's just such a trader-friendly stock. Unbelievably trading. Yeah, and it's super liquid. And I can't believe I'm not doing more size on it. I should have done more size on it yesterday. I should have done more size on it today. But obviously, it's always easy to say when a trade works. And then when a trade doesn't work, you're like, oh, I should have done less size. It is what it is. But man, yeah, I mean, you get such opportunities. I kind of should do more size. Oh my God, all my crap stocks are taking out highs of the day. Yeah, great. Very, very good. All taking out. I'm not going to add to any long stuff. I'm not going to add. Kind of heavily long already. Fuel cell, I'm moving my stop to break even now. I still think this thing could go to $3. But I'm moving up my stop as all of these moving averages and daily and on the 60-minute chart are moving higher. Like the higher it goes or for the longer it goes sideways, I'm always moving my stops through price and through time. W, again, my first target is $100. I think that's really realistically. I think this was just one big short squeeze. I know a lot of people and funds are very bearish on this name since they are really like losing a lot of money, and it's not getting better as they increase their sales. Excel, thinking about moving my stop higher soon. Livongo, I'm not touching this one. I sold a tiny bit yesterday, so I sold about a quarter into strength, or less than a quarter, about 20%. But I wouldn't be surprised if this thing really makes a big move later this year. It's a small position, so I can withstand a big pullback in it as long as it doesn't stop me out. Etsy, my first target would be, I don't know, low 60s, maybe 63, 62 area. Cheap poor, I'm just trailing my stop on this one too. The declining 200 days in the 230 or so that would be my first target on cheap poor. But this thing is beaten down. Holy shit, this name is beaten down. Unbelievably beaten down name. This thing was trading at 75 in 2014. So far, all my shorts are going straight down. Very happy about that. W is nearing a 100k trade, and I don't even want to do the math. If this thing actually goes to 100, it's gonna be a big trade. And INO, if this thing goes to high 11s, as I said, or I actually didn't say, as I wrote in the tweet, and as you can see in the title of this stream, I was really excited coming into today. Some pretty big things. Big opportunities. How do I trim profitable trades? Well, I do it much differently than you probably should do. I guess you are more of a day trader. But I sell it to strength, and then I just, sell it to strength and move my stop higher. It depends on where I think the stock will go. For example, this, let's just say like LVGO. I bought it here in the mid 32s. It went up a bunch. I sold about 20% into strength, but I think this thing is gonna go to 50, 60, 70 eventually this year. So that's why I still have most of my shares, and I'm moving my stop up, and if it goes up more, I'm just gonna sell more. But I guess you're not a swing or position trader. If you're a day trader, if you get the first pop, you should probably get rid of a third or a quarter of your size, or maybe even half. When I started making money, consistently, I don't know, 50k, 30, no, 50k plus. When I started making money consistently, yeah, definitely 50k plus, maybe 100k. But even before that, I obviously was making money since I took a small account. When I was like 8, I remember May 2013. I remember it because I shorted Fannie Mae this day. This day here, this is a 2-day chart. But I was down to like $8,000 in my accounts. Okay, I had been trading for 2 years. I blew up like 3 times. I borrowed money and also took some from my savings to refinance my trading accounts. I was down to $8,000. And on this day, I increased my accounts by 50%. I went from 8k to 12k. And that was kind of the turning point. After that point, that's when I stopped losing money consistently. And I didn't become consistently. I'm still not consistently profitable. I can have 3-6 month periods where I make little or no money. Happens almost every year. So it's it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to answer that question. Are one of the lists on the screen your current portfolio? Or anyway, yeah, this is my list. This is this one in the lower right corner. These are my positions. Rocking 74. You see this? These are my positions in the lower right corner. Yeah, I'm an amateur. I only blew up 3 times. I know. I suck. When it's good, the good old days when it's good to press the gas. Oh, you're up double digits in blow-ups? That's something we have to work on. Yeah, you shouldn't be stubborn. In trading, you shouldn't be stubborn. How many percent per trade? 1 or 2 usually. Like nowadays, I rarely risk more than 0.5% of my account on any trade. But when I had a smaller account, I consistently risk like 1-2%. So RCL is kind of reversing a little bit. Oh, it got rejected on the 10-day here on the weekly chart. Oh, okay, I have to check the weekly chart. So RCL still has room. What about NCLH? This one has room. To check the weekly chart on my holdings. Let's see. INO. Maybe INO will give us another entry later, or an ad spot if it takes out this, today's lows, which also happen to be yesterday's lows. There's a clean dollar move coming on the 60-minute chart. Exactly. Why can't W act like Etsy? And the funny thing is I have 3 times more size on W than I have on Etsy. I agree. Why can't W act like Etsy? Nah, I think it's gonna go lower. It just needs some time. I think it's gonna work out great on W. Yeah, Solars are strong. Solars are really strong. What is T-Dot doing today? Okay, pulling back. Tesla and Shopify. Yeah, Shopify is actually bouncing. It's still building higher lows on the 60-minute chart. I think it needs at least 1 or 2 more days before we can either go long or short it. It is building a potential high tide flag, but the longer it can go sideways in this low 600s and mid 600s, build a tight range, it's gonna be a good one either way, I think. From what account size did you live only from a trading and not from your job? Let's see. I kind of quit my job a little bit too early. I should have waited probably 6 months or so. Because I was in a type of situation where I was making money, but all the excess money I made went for living expenses. So I didn't really grow my account. It would have been better if I had worked like part-time for another 6 months. But it's kind of hard to remember. I don't know, let's say maybe 30K. Think about it this way. If you have 30K and you make, say, 20% per month, that's 6K. That's enough to cover living expenses, taxes, and you can grow your account. And as a day trader, it shouldn't be a problem to, grow your account, say, 10, 20, 30% in a month consistently. Yeah, it is small. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I had a problem there for a while. What I look for the 60-minute chart, I look for stocks that have recently made big moves, and then I look for tight ranges, like something like RCL, right? Super beaten down, then it had a huge bounce, and then it went in a tight range. And once it broke out of that range, well, you buy it. I don't really look at moving average crosses ever. That's really nothing I do. I usually look at moving averages both on the daily, weekly, 60-minute chart to see the trend and to catch potential support and resistance areas. Where I worked as a security guard, and I was also studying to biomedical laboratory science. I was studying to become a biomedical laboratory scientist. And I worked as a security guard, and I traded, and now I just trade. And I've never been this brain dead in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm totally fucking brain dead. A rocking 74, like it depends. Like there's many things I look at. It's kind of hard to explain. Like I look at different things if I'm gonna short versus going long. Like if I'm like on a mean reversion short, like this W, I was just looking for it to become really extended. And then on a 60-minute chart, I was looking for, some tightness and a break. And, I wanted to see some red 60-minute charts or candles on the 60-minute chart, which is what I got. So yesterday I shorted it here, like 130 or high 120s, once it took out the lows of these 2 candles here. And today I added a little bit once it took out the lows of yesterday's candle, the last candle yesterday. Exactly, you get dumber. No, but it's not good for your brain to just look for a bunch of charts. Look at a bunch of charts day in and day out. I just don't think it is. It's not great. No, I don't play World of Warcraft anymore. I haven't played it for like 5 months now, 6 months even. I played a Rome 2 Total War past couple of weeks. Okay, LUV is starting to break down here. I'm thinking about shorting it. Looks like all the airlines, they tried to come up for air, and now they are starting to reverse lower. The save is holding up though. K is holding up. I don't know. But this LUV, which had an offering today, is the weakest of them all. Yeah, I do. I do read a lot. Not as many books as I would like to, but I read a lot of like articles and stuff like that. Like I do a bunch of blogs that interest me and stuff like that. But I wish I read more books too. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time reading. DAL, yeah. I tried to come up for air, but so far it's getting rejected. I think if we get a market pullback, or not even a market pullback, but just some, a few weeks of sideways digestion, I think these airlines are gonna all break down. I think so. Yeah, I'm too lazy to go to seminars. I used to go to these trading seminars. The Traders for a Cause. I was at Dan Sanger's seminar. I was at the Microcap Club seminar. But for the past 2 or 3 years, I haven't been to a single one. Because you feel like, you go there to learn. But once I started making some serious money, I'm like, whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm standing on my own two legs now. Dan Sanger, I thought it was good. I learned a lot. But obviously, all of that is in the public. If you just Google Sanger, there's hundreds of articles about him and his method, and also he has a site where he has, you can just go back through his newsletters. You can study his method. So there wasn't anything new, but it's kind of, I thought it was good still. It's always nice to see, a successful trader in person. Well, he used to be. I don't know if he's anymore, but now he just, I don't know. I don't know if he's great anymore. I do get emails from him. Like he's like, sometimes he sends out like a morning newsletter with charts. So I guess he's still active. Yeah, no, exactly. It's important to see that and to really understand there's hundreds of ways you can make money in the market, like literally hundreds, if not thousands. That's something you gotta learn early on. There's no one way. Well, I use money for a lot of different things, but I haven't been traveling lately. I'm lazy. What can I say? But I could really, I could travel anywhere. It's kind of funny. When you get the money, you don't want to do anything with it. Kind of funny how it works. I don't want to buy anything. I could buy anything, and I don't want to buy anything. After a while, you just don't give a shit anymore. I just want to be comfortable and happy. Oh yeah, absolutely. Money gives you leverage. That's true. Absolutely. I'm not really dependent on anyone. I don't have to get a job. I could probably be unemployed. I could stop trading today and be unemployed for the rest of my life, and I would be fine. And if I want to start a company, I would have a lot of seed capital for it. If I found a nice, business idea I want to invest in or do something. Yeah, it feels unreal. It really feels unreal. Exactly. Usually the money that flaunt don't have it. There's a lot of examples of it. These guys with, Lamborghinis that have, just borrowed them, and, stacks of cash that's really not theirs. There's even some celebrities that were really bankrupt, but they were, flaunting their money. I don't remember who it was. There was a famous one. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I do fancy that. That's something I'm spending money on, food. Like I rarely cook, but I still, I eat a lot of good restaurants. My restaurant bill is through the roof. It's through the roof. Yeah, was it 50 cent? Yeah, probably. I know it was some black guy or woman. I don't remember. I think it may have been a rapper or some like NBA star or something. Yeah. How long? I would say it was 2017 I started making like my first million. That's when I made my first million. That's when I had my first $1 million year. I don't do RSI. I don't use RSI. I don't think it's a valuable indicator. I think I just don't. I don't like RSI. It was 50 cents. Yeah, you see it a lot of with like the financial education is anywhere in the U.S. in Sweden. You just get amazed how bad people are with finances. And once they start making a lot of money, I just so many rich people go bankrupt. It's kind of amazing. They just start buying shit. And Johnny Depp is another one. Didn't he like buy a village in France? He bought a whole village in France and then he went bankrupt. It's kind of interesting. Exactly. Lifestyle inflation. 300K a month in wine. Yeah. Well, I didn't really have a career. I didn't have a career. I studied and then I worked as a security guard to pay my bills. I never had a career before this. Okay, my cruise lines are... Oh, my save is also reversing. Oh, RCL, don't do this. All my shit stocks that were looking great up until an hour ago are reversing now. Oh, I know to got lows of the day. I didn't add to it. Maybe if we get another VWAP test, maybe there's another opportunity. Right now, I just don't feel like adding to anything. Oh, SC, man. I missed my sell on it. Like I lost 10,000 because I didn't have or 10 20,000 more than I should have. I lost 20k on it, but I lost like an additional 10k because I didn't have a stop on it. And now it's taking out the lows of the day. And Coupa, what's this one doing? Oh, wow. Wow. I got out of it, break even. Oh, I just felt something like this was going to happen. Oh, I just, I had this feeling when I saw these shit stocks rallying and everything. Like I said it in the first like half hour of the trading, I said like everything is going straight up. You remember it? Like everything, like this Etsy, right? This thing was still green on the day, and straight up. There were so many stocks straight up. These extended stocks were straight up. The beaten down stocks were straight up, and it just didn't feel right. That's why then this SC had a sharp reversal, and I'm like, no way, I'm gonna size down, and that's when I sold Coupa before it hit my stop. I sold it for a tiny profit, or pretty much break even. I didn't even wait for my stop to hit. This is when experience comes in. Once you've done something for a long time, you get this gut feeling. Sometimes you're wrong, or actually I'm wrong a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes you just nail it perfectly. This was one of these times. Thoughts on Team Sykes? Okay. Yeah, thoughts on Team Sykes. Okay. I started trading thanks to Team Sykes. Okay, I started trading. I was like, hey, that guy doesn't seem to be too bright. If he can do it, I can do it. And I was in his room for a month or two. I got these SMS alerts, which I chased. He's like, oh, I'm buying this piece of shit. And then I bought it. And he's like, then I got another text, hey, I'm selling it. And I sold it. Yeah, so, look, Team Sykes attracted me into trading. Not gonna lie. And, he also is the one that took me to these setups, these mean reversion setups, like the supernovas he talks about, stuff like INO, a perfect example of a supernova. So that's where I learned these setups, and this has been my main money-making setup, probably, or my top two at least. But having said that, I think I don't like him as a person. Let's just say that. All the Lamborghinis and stacks of cash. Like, I get it. He does it to, grow his business. But, I just don't like that style. Yeah, he's great at marketing to a certain type of people. Yeah, don't worry. It's gonna go lower. I think it will. It's just a bit slow getting started. Exactly. Yeah, it's a little bit of a get rich quick, maybe. I don't know. So I'm a little bit mixed bag. Like, I really don't like him as a person. I don't like the way he conducts a business with his, alert service and all of that, which is all really about, it's pretty much front running, right? But on the other hand, I learned a lot from him. I downloaded all of his DVDs and watched them, and that's where I learned some good setups. So, it's a mixed bag. But he has this thing where he creates millionaire traders, and he already has some, like Tim Grittani, if you know who that is. He's been with Team Sykes for many years. He's a decent guy. I met him in real life. He is Team Sykes' most successful student. He's made a lot of money. I think he's at 5 or 6 million, no, 10 million on overall profits now. My top money-making patterns, my top money-making setups are the mean reversion ones, the supernovas, like Team Sykes likes to call it. INO is a perfect example of one I made a lot of money on in the past few months, like here and here, obviously, past 2 days. Like 8B a month or two ago. That's I don't know if this is not 1 or 2. And then the like earnings breakouts, like SC, when it broke out here, had a big run, I made decent money on it. Then let's say, was it TDOC that I owned? When it broke out here on earnings, these are my top 2, like earnings breakouts from like long sideways consolidations. Those are my top 2. And pretty much everything else I do are variations of these 2 setups. Exactly, shorting when they start going down, when they have blown off and start going down, like backside. Now, I wish I was only shorting backside too. Unfortunately, I play with them too much on the front side. But yeah, in theory, you should just play the backside. But it's kind of hard to know many times when the backside is. All right, let's see here. Etsy is on a big support level on the 60-minute chart. This yellow line, the 20 EMA. This has been a big support level for this full run. Stock is more than a double, and right now it looks like it's bouncing here. And what is W doing? W is similar. The same. This yellow line has been a big support area, and now it's even bouncing before that. But I have good entries on these things. W, Etsy, and I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna hold them. Again, my first target on W is $100, and on Etsy, I don't know, $63 maybe. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, you get a lot less noise on the 60-minute chart. I learned the 60-minute chart from Dan Shapiro, accessatrader.com. Was also another service I was subscribed to for many years. He's a great guy, and that's where I got the 60-minute chart from. I knew you with Dan still. Yeah, I know. I remember you, Jay Patterson. I remember you because you had the same handle in his room. Little baby Jesus. Yeah. Accessatrader.com. That's his site. He trades the 60-minute charts. All he does, or like 80% of what he does, is trading the 60-minute channels on these liquid stocks like Amazon, these high-priced liquid stocks like Amazon, Google, Tesla, and maybe a few others. That's like 80% of what he does, and it works. It works really well. Oh no, it's not his account. Here, Dan Shep 55 is on Twitter with his dog. I unfollowed him because he tweeted too many like these pivots. It was too much. Like he tweets like a lot during a day, so. I try to only follow people who don't tweet much, if that makes sense. Yeah, Beyond Meat, this is the one I missed yesterday. Definitely, I missed this one. Had several good ad spots. Big reversal after 200 day. Had a big move, ran up, and a similar setup to what we saw here, which we nailed, if you remember this, back in early January. It ran straight up, and then on the 4th day had a big reversal. Yeah, he got too businesslike. Now he's like, I think he has employees and stuff. He has a professional website. He didn't have all of that when I joined him. He was more like, it wasn't as businessy. Now it's a pretty slimmed operation. He has a professional website and stuff like that. Did we get some news? Why all these spikes? Oh, NAT. Damn. Too bad I missed this one. Oh well. What did he say? He's sold out? Nah, I don't know. He's sold out, but there's nothing wrong with building a business if you have something of value. Yeah, I track my trades in Excel. Really nothing fancy about it. Exactly, kids gotta eat. Thanks for joining. It was a productive day, and I hope you all nailed these setups, and I'll see you tomorrow. When you are in a bunch of 5-star setups, all you have to do is shut the fuck up and hold it, and then just wait, and you're gonna be happy a few hours to a few days to a few weeks later. Oh my god, that's one hell of a candle. Holy shit.